Hi guys, welcome back. Thank you so much for joining. So today we're going to be reacting to a song sung by Shreya Ghoshal and Arjit Singh called Samjawan. Hopefully I pronounced that correctly. Now I am going to be looking at a version where they have the English lyrics as well as the Hindi lyrics, just so that I can understand what's being said as it's being sung. So let's go for it.
नहीं जीना तेरे बाजू नहीं जिया नहीं जिया नहीं जीना तेरे बाजू नहीं जिया नहीं जिया नहीं जीना तेरे बाजू नहीं जिया नहीं जीना तेरे बाजू नहीं जिया
मैं तेनू समझावा कि ना तेरे बिना लगदा जी मैं तेनू समझावा कि ना तेरे बिना लगदा जी तू की जाने प्यार मेरा मैं करूं इंतजार तेरा तू दिल तू यो जान मेरी मैं तेनू समझावा कि ना तेरे बिना लगदा जी तू की जाने प्यार मेरा मैं करूं इंतजार तेरा तू दिल तू यो जान मेरी मैं तेनू समझावा कि ना तेरे बिना लगदा जी मेरे दिल ने चुन लिया ने तेरे दिल दिया रहा तू जो मेरे नाल तुरे ता तुर पे मेरी आसा जीना मेरा है हुण है तेरा की मैं करा तू कर एतबार मेरा मैं करूं इंतजार तेरा तू दिल तू यो जान मेरी मैं तेनू समझावा कि ना तेरे बिना लगदा जी
वे चंगा नहीं हो कीता बेवार वे चंगा नहीं हो कीता बेवार दिल मेरा तोड़ के वे बड़ा पछताया खा वे बड़ा पछताया खा नाल तेरे जोड़ के
Oh, that lyric. Ooh. Gosh.
तेनू छड़ के किथे जावा तू मेरा परछावा तेरे मुखड़े विच ही मैं तां रब नू अपने पावा मेरी रूह है सजदा तेरा कर दे सदा तू सुन इकरार मेरा मैं करूं इंतजार तेरा तू दिल तू यूं जान मेरी
मैं तेनू समझावा कि ना तेरे बिना लगदा जी
Oh my gosh. What a beautiful song. Oh my god, that was that made me like emotional. That was just so beautiful. The lyrics of that song, especially, I feel like these lyrics are beautiful, you know, and his voice is so soft and it's got such a beautiful softness to his voice, and like, and the little riyas that he does at the end, like the it's just so traditional, and you can't go wrong with that kind of singing, man. I think it just adds a completely different, you know, vibe to the song, and a completely different meaning to the lyrics, to the song, to the way you feel it, and the way it hits you, and the way it translates to you, regardless of even understanding what they're saying. Just the voices alone do something that not a lot of voices that can do, even when they're speaking a language that I understand, you know. So that's powerful. And his voice, I've never heard of him before. I've heard of Shreya Ghoshal, I've heard her voice before, but them two together, they molded so beautifully together. And I think, yeah, it was just stunning. And honestly, and I love the I wrote some notes down. Yeah, I love the traditional element. As soon as the song started, you could really feel the traditional element, the instruments that were used. They set the tone with the traditional instruments. And as someone that is of that heritage, even though I don't speak Hindi or Punjabi, I am Indian, half Indian. It almost sets that tone. So I can only imagine, like, for people who are like full Indian and can speak the language and everything, how that would feel to hear the instruments that are typical of that heritage and typical of that culture. As soon as a song starts, that kind of sets the tone of like, like I'm home type thing. So I really loved that element of it. But then they also mixed that with modern elements. So it was current, but also can relate and can bring people in from that culture, but still keeping it kind of current and modern, switching it up. And I think that's nice when artists do that, when they can merge the two together, especially obviously nowadays and things like that. It has those folk elements, like traditional Indian folk elements, but like I said, bringing that modern vibe to it. His voice was insane. And I loved the fact that there was such a kind of length between each verse. Like there was this nice instrumental part, that everything that they've just felt like you could feel it on another level, with all the instruments kind of imitating their voices and imitating how those lyrics made me feel reading it and hearing their voice. I love that. And the flute in there was just beautiful, traditional, adds almost like another texture to it, another voice. Even they've got almost flute-like voices themselves, and then this flute just comes in of like it's just beautiful, man. And then Shreya Ghoshal comes in and just drops a bomb on everybody, basically. That sounded crazy. That's mad. But she just she's just something else. Like, I don't know how a human can produce such a sound, you know, such a frequency. Like, she has such a frequency to her voice that is just different and hits differently. But the lyrics that she sang were beautiful. Like, the lyrics that she sang really hit me, because she started comparing it, you know, she was bringing spiritual elements into it. And I think this lyric was insane. Like, isn't that the songwriting? Like, you don't really hear this kind of songwriting with English lyrics. And I feel like I've said this many times before, like, Hindi is a language with its own words, with its own poetry, that can never be matched in the English language, in my opinion. Like I said, I don't speak Hindi, but from what people have told me, from what my dad has told me about these love songs, and him knowing English and him listening to English songs, he always says, like, nothing compares to the lyricism and the songwriting of Hindi music, because it's such a old language. Do you know what I mean? Like, there's words that don't even exist in the English language that language has. So that just kind of says it all. But this part when she was like, my eyes repented after connecting with your eyes, like, that depth of language, that spiritual nature of the lyrics, it was just, that was what was kind of getting me emotional. And then, where would I go after leaving you? You're my shadow. Like we're connected on an energetic level. Like you, in your face itself, I see my God. Like the spiritual nature of it. I bow down to you forever. Listen to my confession. You're my heart and my soul. And then the part where she was like, you are my prayer. Did I miss that? I don't know, but somewhere she says, you're my prayer. Yeah. Meri dua, like my prayer. Oh, and then when they do the hi, hi. Let's just listen to that again because
मेरी दुआ है सजदा तेरा कर दे सदा तू सुन इकरार मेरा मैं करूँ इंतजार तेरा तू दे
I just her voice, the toning, the her tone and the keys that she hits, like the melody, that whoever wrote this song or whoever came up with the melody, I'm guessing she did, because as a singer she can do everything with her voice. I'm guessing she had a lot of control over that, and the lyrics that she sang, it's just the whole thing is just amazing. Like she could be saying nothing that's that spiritual and you'd still feel it, but the fact that she's saying something so beautiful and so spiritual and so it just, like, her voice already is tapping into like the spiritual realm, and then she adds the lyrics that are spiritual, and it's just adds a whole other layer. It's just like there's no words really for this song. Just beautiful, just top class, unmatched. Well, not unmatched because there are so many beautiful songs, but it stands alone as a beautiful song that makes you feel something, so, and elevates you. And but thank you so much for watching. If you did, I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope if you did and you like the vibe, the passion that I have to music and to music of different languages, different cultures, feel free to like and subscribe. If you have any recommendations of songs by Shreya Ghoshal or Arjit Singh, feel free to request them in the link below in my description. But other than that, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for joining the space. I really appreciate you guys wanting to hang out. Until next time, bye.